Hello, everybody. This is Michael Glaze, and I am so glad to be here with you on a Monday. We're going to talk about 5 reasons to make exercise part of your routine, especially now that we're not out moving. We really have to make a decision to do that. My first life, I guess, when I got out of college, physical educator. It was a blast. I was PE, my favorite class growing up, PE. You look forward to PE every day. So I decided to make that my life until I found out, it's hard making a living being a PE teacher. But I'm glad I could come back today and talk a little bit about physical education. And in college, you have exercise physiology. Today, we're going to talk about exercise psychology. And we need some of that today. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about Tim McGraw, Grit and Grace. Everything that we are going to talk about today, he has 5 tips, and it's really, really cool. When he put this book out, he was 52 years old, and we're going to talk a little bit about this. The amount of energy it takes for him to do his concerts is amazing. And there's going to be a picture in here that if I did what he's doing, I'm right there at that age. And if I jumped like he jumped, I'd break when I came back down. But there are several reasons why we need to exercise. We're going to talk about that. It's going to help us tremendously. One of the reasons why he chose to do this and to talk about exercise was because he was sitting with his daughter in a theater and he saw himself on screen. So if you haven't done what we're doing yet, where you can see yourself on a screen, I recommend that you do it. But let me go ahead and tell you, you may not like what you see. He didn't. He saw that he wasn't satisfied with the way he looked. I'm okay, but I've got some room to improve. But he decided at that point he needed to make a change. So he did. Number one reason to start exercising and possibly to change your diet is to start an upward spiral. This is really, really cool because it really works. All of these, based on physiology, based on exercise, is going to work well. Walking, running, cardio, and strength conditioning. If you start any of those, and I'm not talking about getting an exercise program where you go out there and you break your back, you ruin your knees, you hurt yourself. What I'm talking about is doing simple things. Start moving. If you'll start moving, the rest of it will come and you'll do more and more. But walking, running, cardio, and strength conditioning, what that's going to do is the unhealthy cravings are going to diminish and healthy alternatives will rise. The more you do it, the better choices. It's going to be automatic. Your brain automatically kicks in and you start making better choices. You start drinking water more. Water is going to replace those other drinks that you have. And your energy and brain power are going to be boosted. It just happens. I can't explain to you, well, I can kind of explain to you why it happens because the chemicals in our bodies change, but I don't want to get into all of that today. But I'm telling you that it will start an upward spiral, which is a very positive thing. Number 2, this is big, and this is part of the chemical piece. It purges stress and combats anxiety. So exercise flushes out mental and emotional toxins as much as it does physical ones. During this stressful time, it's good to just start moving. Get out, do some exercise, which means walk the dog, get on a stationary bike, dance, do something. If you just get up and go to the living room and just do some kind of dance when nobody's watching, we see those signs all the time. Dance like nobody's watching. Well, this is your opportunity. Dance like nobody's watching. Just that movement is going to get you in a better mood. And it's going to make you feel better. Stress is going to go away and the anxiety will go away with it. So that's going to be very, very exciting when that happens, and it will happen. Number 3, develop grit and forge focus. Grit is a combination of focus and perseverance. So don't give up. The reason why I have that calendar behind the grit part there is because we need to schedule a time. Find a time throughout your day to get up and move. Now, as far as an exercise program, You know, they tell us all the time, they've been telling us for a really, really long time, really came big in the 70s and 80s, 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, and you're going to be great. Well, I'm just going to tell you that if you'll set aside a time sometime during the week, 3 to 4 times a week, where you can get out and move. Right now, we should be able to do this every day. Get up and move, walk the neighborhood, walk the dog, get out with family, go see people, because sitting in our home office is really getting to the point of where it's just not good for us to sit here. So we need to get up and move. And that's going to develop our grit and forge some focus to get out there and make it happen. Don't give up. In the book, you'll find out that he worked out for 6 weeks because he heard that if you do anything for 42 days straight, it's going to develop that habit. So we've got some more time. If we can do this for 6 weeks, we will find out that it's going to develop a habit. Things are going to be on the upswing and things will be much better. Number 4, exercise and diet are going to create confidence through action. Check him out. I'm sure that he had some kind of springboard that pumped him up and jumped. But you know what? If I landed after being that high over the stage, I would just crumble. But when we exercise and we have the right diet, we do get a renewed self-assurance. People are going to say, hey, what happened? Did you get a haircut? Did you lose weight? We go through certain times in our office when all of us are going, okay, no sugar. We're not eating sugar for this amount of time. Or we're going to fast this particular diet, whatever it is we're cutting out. And within a week, 2 weeks, we notice our body changes. And so we are motivating each other and going, wow, you look great. And things are changing. But strength and endurance will change the way you see yourself and the way you feel about yourself, but it's also going to change the way others see you. So it's a great thing to do. Exercise and diet isn't going to just make you feel good, but it's going to make others feel good when they see you. So I want to encourage you to start an exercise routine, get out there and start moving. Number 5, this is big, joy. We feel freedom, connection, and joy. Believe it or not, when we do this, we feel fully present with people. When we have gotten our body right, then we are going to be breathing in a lot more oxygen. Oxygen is going to make our brains work better. That way we can connect with people better. We have fewer negative thoughts. We're going to feel better about ourselves. The negative goes away. We begin to think sharper, clearer, and more creative. And man, we just worry less. That is tremendous benefits of exercise. So here's some tips for you. I have bad knees and I've got a bad back. If you ever size me up when I walk in the door, I can still take you. Just kidding. But bad knees and bad back, this is what I recommend. Put yourself out and start moving. Go to a comfort level. Make sure that we are just moving one way or another. Do it at your comfort level. The most important thing at this point in our lives, regardless of your age, is just be conscious of moving. Whatever it takes to get our heart rate up, think about your diet, because if you start exercising, you're automatically going to start thinking about what you're eating. And our diet is going to improve because we're exercising. And we will see a lot of things improve in our life. So as we come to the why in the world do we need to exercise at this point? Well, let me tell you, I think especially right now, because we said especially now on the first slide, something we need to be aware of. When we're at our home office, and I found this to be true, I do a lot more sitting here. I don't get up and move nearly as much as I did when I was in the Spark Center and get up and go places. I go to different floors or just walk. I'm not teaching classes, so I'm not standing up and moving. I tend to sit here. So my lower back is really taking a toll here. It seems to have a lot more issues. So the why of exercise, I need to get out and do more. So I have started doing more stretches. By the way, that's a form of exercise. You stretch, but it's going to begin an upward spiral. It's going to help us to purge stress and combat anxiety. We're going to develop grit and forge focus because we're going to get in a routine. It's going to become a habit if we will do this every day, or at least decide we're going to do it 3 or 4 times a week. We get out there with our families. We decide we're going to do it ourselves. Get out and make this happen. Develop some grit and just make it happen. It's going to create confidence within us by putting it into action. So another piece of the action is just get started. Today's a great day. If you haven't done anything since we left, going to work every day at the 2121 building or wherever your place of work might have been, today's a great day to get started. Start slow, start easy, just start moving. Get your heart rate up, let it stay up for 20 to 30 minutes, and then do a cool down. It's all good, and drink lots of water. You're going to feel freedom, connection, and joy. You're going to be happier. People will start talking to you and about you in a very positive way. It'll put a smile on your face. And I won't say that every day is going to be a great day because that's just not realistic. But I'll tell you, we'll have better days and more days will be joyful than we've experienced in the past. So let me encourage you, get out, start exercising, think about your diet as you go. And let me tell you this, go ahead and have your chocolate cake, but plan on walking twice as far when you do go out and walk, and it'll be okay. You can have your cake and exercise too. But have a fantastic Monday. What a great time to start this on a Monday. It's a great week. It's beautiful outside. It's not too hot to be out there. So today would be a great day to start exercising. I hope you have a fantastic week, and we'll see you real soon. But don't forget to exercise, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.